Greetings, YouTube. Today I want to discuss some interesting dream intel I've gotten recently. Messages, informations, confirmations, whatever you would like to call it. What we would like to call it during dream time. Okay, so I'll start describing them. So briefly, in one dream, I was, the collectives of me, were taken to, the Hydra Stargate site in Sarasota, Florida, and we noticed that the energy that it was running was a very high photonic diamond white light, as if this energy was somehow broadcasted through the gate, and it was pumping up into the ethers of the cores, running through not just the what we would perceive as the sky, up into the sky, and opening up what appeared to be over our heads. It was a vortex, because over the heads there was a diamond, crystalline diamond shape coming through, and a diamond toroidal field was emerging out of this white lighted, high, ultra high, very high frequency of photonic white diamond crystalline light is the best way I can describe it. Very, 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 very celestial in nature. And it was almost like, because we had seen it before in dream times, where it was hijacked and the energy being siphoned, and it was as if it flowed from, before it was like we seen it as like a red color, to it being now to it flowing as a high diamond spectrum, white lighted intelligence. This is the best word I can describe for it. Very high frequency white diamond crystalline light, forming what appeared to be a vortex over it, and then expanding out and moving. It's interesting because I didn't realize this till later, but it was going to dovetail us driving into Tampa and seeing the crystalline grids getting a photonic blast from the sun elementals of sorts. And later, I would get a communication that was all indeed interconnected to the expanding energetic fields going underneath the ground, in through the ground here in Florida, into the ground, and a very high frequency white lighted spectrum, almost like a portal overhead opening up, like you would see maybe in some sort of show or movie that shows that kind of thing. This is very interesting, and it was really celestial. And there were others in the dream with me. We just kind of looked at each other and then looked up, kind of in awe, in a way, that this very beautiful, highly photonic pillar of light was going through that gate, that system, which would etch the landmass of Florida in like a spiral shape. That was interesting, because we've also been seeing a lot of diamond shapes and very white lighted, a lot of high diamond white light, suggesting purity. But that was the word I kept getting in my reality fields lately. The word pure or purity, in regards to that type of energy. Now, going up north a bit into the state of where we had a dream in Minnesota, we had communication from the Diamond Dragon spectrum that's broadcasting in 100-fold right now with everything going on in the etheric realms all around us. I seen a viewing where, in the state of Minnesota, Lake Superior area, which would be around Ely, Minnesota, if you want to get out a map and take a look at that, which would be around Ely, Minnesota. We used to vacation there as when I was a kid growing up. Lake Superior's around there, and they also mine out a particular type of ore from up there. However, what we saw underneath the lake was what appeared to be a crystal of sorts under the lake. And this crystal, after activation, came out of the lake up into the sky and formed a 7-pointed star. As to which time my guides would tell me that this is the North Star activation. The North Star went up over the lake and created a portal overhead of ultra-high frequency again. Here we go again. White diamond, beautiful, high spectrum, high frequency, so light, so bright that you could barely even look at it. This light then, what happened with this light is that then it looked, then I seen dragons at the top. One colored dragon was the white diamond purity spectrum that was coming in to the communication during the dream. White diamond purity light coming in, and it was the white dragon. And it was interesting because the green dragon also appeared in this above, where we would see this the country of Canada appear. And then I was guided that this is an energetic activation. They also told me a shielding of sort, these intelligences were saying. A shield that would spread up, and now that area between the U.S. and Canada, in Neely, Minnesota, is referred to as the Canadian Shield, the boundary waters, because you can go from Minnesota and Canada and port a canoe from Ely into Canada and go in and explore the Canadian Shield up there, which would be the southern part of Canada, coming in from the northern part of Minnesota up there. This is an interesting area because that is known as the Canadian Shield. And it's interesting because you have a lot of trees, forests, and then lakes are in there. And then Minnesota, again, is referenced as the land of 10,000 lakes. It's interesting because this all formed, but they were calling this the Canadian Star. The North, it had a long thing. It was kind of like this. It was called the Canadian North Star Shield Activation. And this is high photonic frequency energy, pure diamond light. This is how we've seen it as pure diamond light. You had the green spectrum dragon on one side representing the emerald, as that is what they had said. That green dragon was representing the emerald dragon. The white dragon was representing the diamond dragon. And they were both holding a 7-pointed star as they combined their energies into this 7-pointed star over this area. Over the area. And it went up and over our heads, but we could see it clear as day as to what was going on. As it went up and over our heads into that area. I thought, wow, this is pretty powerful stuff. This was a vision I had while I was meditating on the events in Canada, which then showed me this shield of sorts within the spectrum of ultra high frequency intelligence. That's the best way to be. Very high spectrum, very high frequency. This way out of this world. This is very celestial in origin. And I got it saying that the diamond dragon or the white dragon lineages both within and without are making a comeback. They have said that they are back within the realm of the earth. So they have told me they have never left before, but now they're saying they're back, and they are help activating the time of the great shift that's ongoing right now within the light intelligence fields. This is interesting because this was pulled up over the area. Not as far north as the North Pole, but just right over some of the islands in Canada. So that's what I was shown. And then just stabilized there. And then would later it was rising and falling, and after that we weren't sure where it went, but my guess is I felt it opened up a portal and went straight up into the ether. I just thought these were very interesting events given the relativity of the worldwide unification of consciousness that we're seeing happen on a global spectrum on Earth right now. I just thought that was very interesting for that. But this is very high photonic intelligences activating right now. Stellar luminary intelligences activating, super high frequency. And we can feel it too. You'll be able to feel it too wherever your location is at. Just remember, we are holding the light spectrum right now, so I kind of want to paraphrase. This phrase keeps popping up, is hold the light. We want to hold the line or hold the light. Okay? High spectrum radial light intelligence frequencies. Hold the light. Diamond spectrum frequencies. Emerald spectrum frequencies. Very high frequency. And in fact, we were feeling these frequencies Monday because we kind of got disorientated at work and a little bit dizzy. And then we came home and off work. I wasn't too terribly hungry at the time, and I fell asleep for a couple hours, which is uncharacteristic usually. But my body needed that because this was such high light that it needed to recalibrate and bring the body up into the next dimension, because it felt like we had collapsed timelines and or dimensions and moved into the next one within their relative phases of embodiment ascension, or celestial embodiment ascension. And I just felt like I kind of needed to do a video on that. I was just kind of trying to put some stuff together. And this can all be tied into the last video I did too, with talking about the Earth seed. These things can all tie in together. So the videos can form an arc of energetics. At times, sometimes it's just something that doesn't seem related, but later on the aha moments happen for us, and we're like, wow, that's what it means. Anyway, if you have any thoughts or inputs, please leave a comment at the bottom too as to any of this, because it's very interesting to share pieces of the puzzle, because then we'll get a greater understanding of the pieces of the puzzle. To all hearts that are watching this video, may the light be with you. May you hold the light from one heart to another. We love you very much. May your dreams take flight on the wings of birds, angels, and dragons. Blessed be.